Hello, my friend. I'm Erick Wendel, and welcome to my home. This is my studio, and I'm a professional content creator, and I usually teach about Node.js, JavaScript, Node.js streams, and a lot of cool stuff. Today, I'm gonna teach you about the journey of how I fixed a bug in the Node.js core that affected thousands of packages around the world. So stay with me until the end, that I think you're gonna like it. First of all, if you can, please take some pictures right there, some selfies, and mention me on Twitter, so I will be glad to see you engaging with this content and with this event, okay? All of my links and all of these presentations, code examples are already on my website and already online, so you can get at the end of this presentation. So stay with me until the end of this presentation, okay? Well, I'm gonna start first talking about how I first joined the Node.js and the Node.js world of contributions and open source and everything. Back into 2018, there was the Node.js Interactive, which was a very good event. But then after the event, for me, I had the best time. It was a smaller event with only people who wanted to contribute to Node.js. This was something interesting because actually it was a free event, but if you miss it, you're gonna pay it because it was for something for the community. But the cool thing here, it was like all of people that was helping was like very Node.js heroes for me. They were trying to help you to get into the Node.js core. They had some challenges for you to actually contribute something very simple, but you can start feeling that you are making a change and you can feel like you are writing your name in something. So for me, this was amazing. Okay, after this whole workshop, I got my PR accepted. This was wonderful for me. This was actually one of the best experience ever. But look, this was just, I was just fixing the order of my functions here, okay? But the cool point here was just trying to get you, that's not impossible, right? It's not like for superheroes. Anyone can try contributing, and actually the Node.js project miss more and more contributors every day. I can say you how was the experience or how was my feeling when I got this email. I was like, oh my God, a dream just came true. I was accepted into the Node.js commit right there. So I write my code right there. And actually, on this edition of the Node.js Collaboration Summit, they had something very special for me. They actually gave me a pin for everyone who actually got some PRs accepted. They gave us a pin. So this is something I really care, and it was super special for me until these days. Well, I'm here to talk to you about the bug I found, okay? So first of all, imagine you are working there with the Node.js and you are writing all of your functions or your applications right there. But you know when you are trying to write some code and you are like, oh my God, I'm 100% sure that I know how to do this function, but I'm not sure what's going on. Like, I mean, in my case, I was creating classes for my students here in Brazil, and I was like, oh my God, why is not happening? Like, I've written this code so many times. I'm not sure what I did wrong. So I start like removing my code, creating again, and actually asking friends. And then I figured it was actually something deeper. Let me start with a brief introduction about the child process in the Node.js. The child process in Node.js is a module that helps you to actually create other functions so you can process data in background, so you can use more power of your machine to create other processes and so on. In this case, I was just creating an example of how you can create a file and send a message to this background task and see actually it's working and back and forth, sending a message and getting this message back. Well, this is the code that came up. I had just on my child, actually it's a background task, okay? Here I was just listening to a message event, and then when I received this message, I was just consoling this message, and this message should go to my parents, so the parents should see all of this output from the child. And on my parent, let's just take a look on this way. Here I am just scheduling this file, okay, and I'm just writing, oh, Node.js, please create a background task here. But whenever you have a new message, please just log on my terminal, and then I will just send a message right here. But look, I'm just scheduling the file, and I'm just sending messages to the file right away. If you look at the Node.js docs for like CommonJS using require or module doc to export, you can see that this works. This worked like fine. But then see that I'm using import and export here. So I'm using the ES modules. So when I'm trying to run this code, I can see like, oh, I got the message from the child, right? So here, the on message I got from the child, but the child didn't receive any message. Look, there is no hello world on the terminal right here. So then I just try out like, oh, what if I put like a set timeout? And then I can see it's working. So look, I had to put a set timeout here because the child process wasn't ready yet to receive message and just log into our screen. So I was like, maybe this is a bug. But I was like, I'm not sure if it's actually a bug or it's something that I did wrong, some typings or some logic I was mistaken. So I started researching a lot, and then I found a lot of issues. So I found an issue on the Jest project, on the Facebook, I found on the Yards, and a lot of other people like creating issues on the Node.js project, but no one was actually working on it. I was like, maybe this is a point for me, not just working on the docs or improving code coverage. I could actually solve a bug that affected like thousands of packages in the world. So this for me was amazingly good. But I haven't done anything by myself. Like I got a lot of help, and these actually are my heroes. Anna, she's one of the best person I met my whole life. She helped me like to came up with the solution, to find out if it was actually a bug and so on. And Rich helped me a lot, saying what I could contribute to the Node.js. You can understand how these people are really good to help other people. So this is very the spirit of the community. So here, I was talking to Anna. What if we just put a new event right there? Like I could put like, oh, child process just dot on ready. When the child is ready, then I send a message. And she didn't like so much. She was like, maybe I have another idea. So she didn't say you are doing something wrong. She was like, I have another idea. What if we just enqueue the messages until the listener is installed? So if I have no listeners, there's no point to just send a lot of messages, right? There's no point to like all of these messages will go like away. So here she just, okay, wait for someone to get installed and then you just schedule the message. For me, it was like, oh, this is amazing. I love this solution because for the user's point of view, they won't know that it has changed, right? It was actually, this is the same API. There's no breaking changes for here. And actually all of previous projects should work as fine as it is. Well, and then I created the issue on the GitHub saying all of my talk with Anna, my ideas, and I was trying to get more inputs from other contributors or from the community. And then the community just say, man, go forward. Try to make your best, and we're gonna review it, open PRs, and so on. Well, I thought, oh, this is really nice. But I figured some problems on the Node.js project. It seemed like every time I was trying to write a new code right there, I had to restart everything. Like I had to compile the whole project. Imagine, I'm putting a console.log, and I have actually to recompile the real code. The time to recompile the code was like an hour. So usually I came here and I try to compile, I go to the lunch or to get a coffee and so on. So it takes really a long time. But then I asked Anna if there's any other way I could make it easier. But I figured she didn't understand. She said, oh no, this is the point. You have to recompile the whole thing. But then I figured on the Node.js docs, like an amazing and magic flag to make it work from our local machine. So right here, you can see on the building MD on the Node.js core, the docs right there, and say, oh, if you wanna see like near instantaneous rebuilds, if you wanna see like your JavaScript code changing a lot, just use this flag like node built-in modules path, and then everything you change on your machine will actually reflect on the binary. So here, I just copy and I just paste here. Okay, and then there I have another command to compile the Node.js core. This command takes a lot, okay? So here they say make J4. The 4 here, it's how many threads. So I usually use 16 or 8. So I just put it here and I go away and then I just wait for the results. Okay, so let's wait an hour here, okay? No, we have technology, right? So I just record everything for you. I just save time for you so you can go further. After the whole project was compiled, it generates a binary here. So I can use like the node binary that is already on my path. And now look, whenever I change the code, I can see like the code changing. I didn't need to like recompile everything, and I saved a lot of time. Man, after seeing this result, I was like, oh, now I'm a hacker, man. Now I can work on it. Now I can go further, and now I can try to do my best to fix this feature. Well, I started implementing the ideas that Hannah and other people gave me on the issue, and I was like, okay, I'm ready, I'm trying, and let's go. Anna just sent me some links and she said, oh, look for this module and this line and these other functions that it could help you a lot. So I figure the spawn module, right, on the Node.js internal modules right there. And then after looking after all the code, I faced this function. Here we use these functions to get and to receive messages from both parent and child processes. And then I figured, okay, maybe the function to enqueue all of the messages should be that emit function. So I was like, okay, firstly, I created a property here with a set just to make it like easier for me. And then I changed the whole emit file, okay? So here, right now, I'm just grabbing the listener count. So imagine if there's no point to send messages, right? So if there's no one, I would just grab all of these messages, put them all on a list, and then I'm gonna start sending right away. So here, if actually we have some listeners, I would just call the previous one, like the target emit, and that's fine. That's okay. It will go as it was. But if there is no one listening to it, I will just grab all of these messages and save them all on my list in memory. Look how this is something nice to see, like the diff. Like now we have the emit function right there. I actually put some like some assertions to see if it's actually an internal message, like Node.js communicating to Node.js, or if actually it's a user trying to communicate itself. I came up with another function. Like right now, I'm listening to new listeners, okay? So whenever I have a listener, imagine it was 0 listeners, I have all messages like saved on the pending messages, and right now, suddenly, some users just got the message and I was like, this is the time I'm gonna send the messages back. So firstly, I was watching from the new listener and I found like the dot size, which is from the set object on the Node.js, so JavaScript, okay? Well, if it's no message to run, I would just like ignore the whole process. But if we have pending messages to process, I would just call that emit function that we had and I will just pass through all of the message params. After running all of the messages that we have pending, I will just run the messages clear, okay? But wait, this is not the final code yet, okay? I'm just writing them all, and then after it, I will just send to review, and then we got other ideas from contributors. So wait a bit there. Right now, I have the same code. Remember this code? We have a child file, and we have the parent, exactly the same. I just copy paste right here. And then if I try to run this code, it just worked. Oh, very nice. Right now I felt, oh my God, I just solved them all. The code is okay. Let's just submit to the Node.js core and that's fine. Usually when you are writing something new on the Node.js or when you're trying to fix something, you have to prove, right? So this is how we prove with automated tests. So here I created both child and parent process in the same file. Like here, I'm just differing from the arguments that we send. Like here, I'm just forking and see like this child argument I'm sending there. This child argument will be useful for us to getting in the next else, right? So if I send this argument, it will say, okay, this should be the child process. And then see, I'm just sending a message back and forth and asserting my expected and my actual result right there. Well, I run this code, it was perfectly working, and the Node.js core, they said, oh, you should run the whole suite, but then I figured this lot of errors. I was like, oh my god, I just break the whole Node.js. How I'm gonna do that? Oh, what should I do now? I was like, no way. I have no idea what's going on. So I started debugging a lot, and then I came up, it was like an if, just to check if my variable has value so I can access it. It was like very beginner error, right? But it actually worked for me. But then I was like, okay, there's a lot more than just code if you wanna contribute something to the Node.js core. Well, usually you have to test your code, so I was just making sure my code was working. I actually run all the tests, and now I felt like, oh my god, 100%. Oh, 100%. My code is working fine. Let's submit. Now it's time maybe to submit. Now it's time to create a pull request and make everything work. I just solved a bug in the Node.js core. But then I run like the linked, right? The linked will make sure all of your spacing or your code standard are following the Node.js core. So surely mine was not, okay? So here you can see 45 errors. So I didn't configure my linked here, and it was very trouble for me. Okay, after solving all the problems, I actually submitted my pull request right there. And then it's very straightforward. It's actually on the commits right there, but here you should make like a short title saying what is the subsystem you are changing, a small description, and all of the references that you have. Here I just put all of my issue that I put all the ideas and so on. Okay, now I submit it, right? Now it's ready to go, and now it's ready, waiting for the Node.js contributors to talk to me and give some feedback. I got a lot of ideas, actually. I got a lot of changes as well. And here this guy just helped me a lot too. Here he was saying, oh, first of all, you shouldn't use this variable as public. And you shouldn't use this set. You should use like safe set. And this is something about the Node.js core. Every type that we have there, or every array or data types, actually, we use like the suffix safe. This prevents like prototype pollution and mutable objects as well. Well, here he said, oh, you shouldn't rely on the array iterator, okay, because it's a global mutable object. Someone can change it on the prototype and the Node.js would break. So I changed here my spread operators, I can see on the 713 line, to actually use the reflect apply, showing all of the functions right there. Okay, well, and I got the last one, which was actually a lot of other reviews, but this was something interesting for me. He said, man, this is very expensive for the Node.js. You should actually move your next tick outside the for loop and then run all your for loop to send the messages, right? Well, Anna, my hero, she said, okay, do this, but actually try to check before if the messages is already there, because when a tick is running, the values could change at any time, and you have to pay attention on it as well. Well, and then my day finally came. I was like, oh my god, how happy am I? Here I got this message from Todd saying, man, your code is out there, release, flying out of way. And then I saw on the actually release notes my name right there. I actually can describe to you how happy I was on it. And I was like, okay, I should contribute more. Let's grab other tasks to do. And then suddenly I was like, maybe not yet, okay? Maybe your code is in production, but there's more work to do. Well, someone just commented there, well, will this be fixed on 14 LTS? Well, my code was released for the Node.js 17, which is right away, right? It's actually beyond the LTS. The LTS is actually in maintenance mode. It's actually the version that everyone should be using right now. And then Adu just said, oh, if you want to contribute there, just make a backport and here is your recommendation for it. And I was like, okay, I actually wrote it, so I'm gonna backport it, and it was an amazing experience. I would just copy paste my code right there, run the tests. I actually add some more check-ins, change a bit of the syntax, but it was very straightforward in comparison, right, to the initial code I wrote. Well, and now I can see on the LQLs, my fix was just there. I was like, oh my God, I have two now. This is so nice. Well, if you want to contribute to the Node.js core, I have something for you. The Node.js core is the community behind it is amazing. So if you are kind actually to these people, if you are opening issues and you're trying to say, oh, I want to contribute, I want to help, I want to actually be part of it, they will be an amazing person for you. If you want to go forward, try looking at the issues there, trying to get the labels there, try following the contributors on Twitter, because this is what I do a lot and I can see a lot of Node.js changes coming, but I would say this was an amazing experience for me. I consider myself as a senior developer, but after working on the Node.js core, I realized there's so many other things that I want to learn, even on the technical side and even on my skill side. So this is so amazing. What if you wanna go through every step I showed you here today? I actually wrote a whole notepad, and here you can follow step by step and you can actually fix the code as I fixed it. So the link will be on the last slide of this presentation, but please take a look at there and try replicating it, even if you are not submitting, right? Because this is a very good experience for you, and I'm sure that you're gonna like it so much. If you wanna learn more and more about Node.js streams, I just released the Node.js streams training. This is actually on a pre-registration, but here I'm gonna teach you about how you can process terabytes of files, how actually you can test the Node.js streams, and how you can handle like big loads of data, and how you can use the Node.js API, the new Node.js streams APIs, such as map, filter, and reduce, and so much more. And actually, the difference between the web streams and the Node.js streams, that's a bit tricky for you to understand, okay? So go to the website, just get your pre-registration, so I'm gonna send you more updates about it, okay? Well, all of my presentations are already on my website. If you wanna take a look there, I'm sure that you can find a lot, you can improve yourself or you can learn more, and all of my slides and pictures are already there, so you can take a look, okay? So all of my slides, all of the Twitter, please take a picture, please mention this event on the social media. This helps a lot, the work we've been doing here. The link for this presentation is already there. My channel, my YouTube channel is already there as well, so you can go there. I've been creating more English videos so I can reach even more people, so please go there, subscribe, this helps me a lot. Okay, so thank you so much for having me. I'm Erick Wendel e muito obrigado.